Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is JP the Outlaw, here to give you my review and predictions for Takeover War Games 2 in Los Angeles. So listen to this, you guys. I've been going for a little bit. I want to make this real quick, real sweet and supple. I'm back. I'm better. I'm ready. Let's do it. Now, since that's out the way, make this thing real fast, you guys. Just something to have up there on the channel. We're going to be doing Universe Mode for the WWE 2K18. We always start. We never go deep into it. We're going to start. We're going to keep it going and continue our Universe Mode. And we have Dream Match Saturdays, which is coming back. Our first match, Shawn Michaels versus Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 22. What would have happened? Alright, so Dream Match Saturday this Saturday, and also Universe Mode debuting Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, and also NXT. And for our Facebook following, we're going to do 205 Live for Facebook, okay? So, I'm right back. I never left. Right back like I never left. And I'm trying to put everything back together to where as though I'm giving you guys entertainment on a day-to-day basis. But, moving on, we're going to go down this match card really quick. We got 5 matches. I'm going to give my opinion on who should win, why they should win, and where they go after that. Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno, which will be on the pre-show, which will be filmed next week. That's only because that's how NXT does things. I got Matt Riddle. Only reason why is because Cassius Ohno is being used as the Dolph Ziggler of the NXT division, of the NXT brand. So, if that's the case, I don't have Cassius Ohno winning here. And if he does, good on him. But moving on, Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black. Black just coming back off of his injury due to Johnny Gargano taking him out of his 3-way match for the NXT Championship against Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black. So, Black is pretty much going through the motions of trying to get his revenge on Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano himself has went through a hell of a lot of story and character development as of late. Losing 6 times in a row to Tommaso Ciampa, it is only hard in Johnny Gargano, which I think is needed for him to get a win here over a solid babyface such as Aleister Black. You show that divide going into this matchup here. So, Johnny Gargano picking up the win over Aleister Black, probably in a fuck finish. Moving on, the 2 out of 3 falls match between Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. I'm going Kairi Sane only because Shayna Baszler is done in NXT. You don't need her down there anymore. If you're going to bring her down into NXT, the best thing for you to do, if you're going to leave her down there, is to get her far away from the Women's Championship, which I don't understand why. I mean, I think there's enough women on the WWE roster, the main roster, for Raw and SmackDown. But I believe that you can get a lot of mileage out of a Shayna Baszler, especially if you're thinking of moving Becky Lynch over to Raw. So you would need another presence on SmackDown Live, and I think that presence could be filled by Shayna Baszler. She could feud with your Asukas and your Charlottes of the women's division on SmackDown. So Kairi Sane picking up a win here, going on to move and move on to a rivalry with Bianca Belair, I think would probably be best suited for her. After that, going into our championship matchup for the NXT Championship, Tommaso Ciampa versus the Velveteen Dream. Now, the Velveteen Dream, with all his charisma, with all of his attributes, with all of his flamboyancy, I don't think he's taking the championship off of Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa has done everything flawlessly. So with that being said, why kill Tommaso Ciampa's momentum right here, right now? Especially considering that you really don't have anybody as far as babyface goes that can really see a Tommaso Ciampa right now at this current moment. You haven't built anybody up. I would say Aleister Black, but he's currently in a thing with Johnny Gargano. So outside of, and these are my 3 guys who I think should challenge next for the NXT Championship: EC3, Matt Riddle, or Keith Lee. Outside of any of these guys, nobody should come close to taking that title off of Tommaso Ciampa. Moving on here in our last match, the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong versus Pete Dunne, Ricochet, War Raiders, Hanson, and Rowe. Now, of course I'm going Undisputed Era here because, Bobby Fish just came back. The team is now currently at 100%. I love the way that the Undisputed Era is being booked. And I love the way that each takeover event, they step up to another level. Every man in the Undisputed Era steps up to another level. So, with that being said, I don't see why I stop that momentum of these guys. These guys literally can be like NXT's NWO or, their DX. I don't say you cut everybody's balls off and feed them to the Undisputed Era. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, given the scenario and given the build that you're giving these guys, you don't need them to lose here. Especially coming in the weeks prior. You got the War Raiders versus fucking Bobby Fish. Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly for the tag team titles. That storyline had just started before we got into War Games. So that's moving on with that. You have Adam Cole, who's hungry and still wants his NXT North American Championship. I would go probably one more match with Ricochet, maybe even two, and then slowly start moving Adam Cole up into that main event. Adam Cole would be another name I would throw on that list of taking the title off of Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano as well. But I think, Adam Cole being a mid-carder on NXT's brand is detrimental to the brand. I think he should be somewhere in the top. Or probably, this is just something for him to do until he get himself to that mid-card position. So, Pete Dunne should be over there in NXT UK building that brand. He should be nowhere near this brand of NXT. So, I think, Pete Dunne will have a good showing here as well as Ricochet. But I also think these two will cause the War Raiders and themselves the matchup, which will make the Undisputed win. So that is my preview and predictions. I will be back tomorrow morning with another preview and predictions for Survivor Series, you guys. And this is me just putting my name back out there. I hope everybody enjoys the preview. I hope everybody enjoys the the Dream Match Saturday, which is going up next Saturday, because I'm working on it this Saturday. So that plus the Universe Mode plus a Journey of Wrestling is coming to the channel, and you'll see all about that as we get closer to the release date. I'll put a release date up on the Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, Wrestling Amino, Facebook, Instagram, please do so. All one word, JP Outlaw Labcast. Don't forget to do that. Hit that like button, press subscribe, and don't forget to follow The Outlaw.